This is The Joe Gaither Show on BamaCentral.com.
Good morning, Tuscaloosa. Good morning, Tuscaloosa. How we doing? It's the Joe Gaither Show on a Friday. We appreciate everybody who's jumping in and joining us on BamaCentral, BamaCentral.com, hanging out with us on the social media machines. You're finding us at Joe Gaither 6 on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. You are finding us on the BamaCentral YouTube channel. You're finding us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon. The Joe Gaither Show on BamaCentral, wherever you get your podcast. Gonna have a lot of fun. We are live in the Derek Daniel State Farm Studios. You can call Derek Daniel today for all your insurance needs. 205-758-3391. Derek and his team are already upstairs getting going for the day. So if you've got a call about your car insurance, making a change in your home, you're buying a home, selling a home, goodness gracious, best of luck to you for that first. But you need to make sure you have your homeowner's insurance correct. And Derek Daniel can do that for you. Call him at 205-758-3391 for all of your insurance needs. Like a good neighbor, Derek Daniel is there. All right, good morning, everybody. Let's have a little fun today. Mason, how we doing? You follow Mason at MAWoods_ on the Twitter. You having a good day so far, Mason?
Oh, yeah, I'm doing good this morning. Doing good. Got up a little early this morning, watched the sun come up. It was nice and pretty outside, Living in out on the country a little bit now, we get a bunch of birds and things, so it's fun to watch them and see the cat, watch them in the window, just was enjoying it a little bit.
You had a nice little old man morning.
I did.
Yeah, I need to get there in my life. I want it so bad. The mornings that I wake up at 5 a.m., that I actually wake up at 5 a.m., and the best part about waking up at that time is nobody needs me.
You can just sit there. It's great.
Right.
When I had to get up for Home Depot, I'd wake up at about 3:15, 3:30 and just have that hour to sit there and just collect my thoughts before I started the day. And that was good times right there because nothing's going on nowhere.
That's the best part of the day. But I don't say never. I don't enjoy that time enough.
It's tough.
I don't orchestrate myself in bed at the right hour to get there.
I find myself just staying up later to make up for time I miss out throughout the day, or time that I think I missed out on throughout the day, when in reality I probably just was sitting scrolling Twitter or something and could have been accomplishing some task that I'm now doing at 2 a.m.
Exactly. That's exactly what I'm doing. And thus not waking up to enjoy that quiet part of the day. I'm glad you got that. That's great.
Yeah, it was nice.
That sets you up nice for the rest of the day, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah, I've got my large Red Bull here. Should have made some coffee with the extra time, but didn't really think about it, and then left the house and thought, I still need a little caffeine. So,
What do we want to do today, Mason? We got a lot on my sheet. I wrote down Alabama, Tennessee men's. I wrote down
Junior.
Alabama and LSU overtime. Christy Curry. Oh my gosh. I wish I would have watched now. I didn't watch.
I wish I had too, because I saw it. It came across my Twitter, and I saw, oh, that's cool, they're playing. I kind of just put it right out of my head immediately and figured, I'll go back and check, and then just kind of forgot about it. But sounds like it was an amazing game.
Mm-hmm. We're going to talk about Jahad Campbell at the NFL Combine. We're going to talk about SEC win totals from Bet Online, as tweeted by Brad Crawford 24/7. You want to make some money? There's at least one really, really, really obvious opportunity, I think, for you to make some money on these over-unders win totals. And then we'll finish it up when we get close to the end with Elimination Chamber. Are you going to Toronto? I am not. Are you going to Toronto to watch Elimination Chamber? We'll be watching it on the Peacocks.
How big are the Canadians? Are they big wrestling fans up there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I guess what was Bret Hart?
Bret Hart.
He was a big Canadian one.
Edge,
I really know of.
Christian.
Okay.
Trish Stratus.
I did not know that we had this many Canadian
WWE
big time, superstars.
Big time. Big time.
Well, good. I I'd rather them do a show in Toronto than whatever what was it?
Kevin
Dubai
Owens is Toronto. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn are Canadian as well. I'm pretty sure.
Okay, cool.
Pretty
All
sure
right,
they're
well,
both
good.
Canadian.
All right, well, cool, good.
Yeah, it's
gonna be a call for everybody.
Gonna be a big show. Absolutely. So we'll end up there at the end. You can be a part of the show at 205-462-7340. We will try the phone line, but we will always have your voicemail line open. So if you want to leave us a voicemail, you can right there. If you call the number during this hour, we'll see if we can't hear you on the show. Why don't we start with Alabama women? Because they stole the headlines last night. I wasn't going to talk about them. I was sorry. I am caveman. I have been not paying attention to the Alabama women's basketball team this season or any really of the last 4 seasons.
Yeah, I have to admit, I have unfortunately been in the camp of like, I watched women's basketball for a couple months there while Caitlin Clark was doing her thing and was like, oh, this is really cool. And now I've kind of just forgotten about it again, which is bad on my part because these girls are hooping.
Well, my premise might be about to be destroyed by Christy Curry. And great, first, flowers, great job. Cookies, just banners, gold stars, anything a celebration. I have always been of the opinion that the Alabama athletics program obviously likes women's basketball. It's a sport that you're pushing, but I don't think they're pushing it that hard.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're ramping up the investment that much. I think it's a okay investment. Their share of Yay Alabama is a little that's my perception. That's totally I may be incorrect, and if you know more than I do, we invite you to correct us on the show. But my perception is the investment has never really been at an elite level. It's never been bad, but it's never been at an elite level. And therefore, I have felt like the expectation for the program has been, hey, just don't embarrass us.
Sure.
We don't care if you never win a national title, but don't finish last in the SEC. Make the NCAA tournament regularly. We don't care if you go deep, just be in the tournament. Right. And that's what they've been doing over the last 4 years. They really have been. I mean, Chris, look up when she started. I think she's on her 8th year, right? She's been here a hot minute. Been here a hot minute, but in the last 4 years, they've
took the job in 2013.
So 10 years. Yeah. Did I say 8? Okay. So 10 years. And she's taken Alabama to 3 out of the last 4 tournaments, 2 in a row, and 3 out of the last 4. Is that what we have? I think that's what I'm looking for. So this year will be 3 in a row and 4 out of 5. And so great, you're accomplishing the goal. And so I've always been, okay, they're B+, they're A-, they're, B, but you know what? You got to be to win a national title. You got to be South Carolina and LSU last night. Okay, they're falling off a little bit. We'll talk about that. Great. You got to be like a stupidly elite team. The collection of talent is the talent pool is the hoarding of talent that is the problem. And so these top end teams
talk about a lack of parity and like football and stuff. You have not watched women's basketball. If you like, watch that if you want to see a real lack of parity. The top end of women's basketball, it is a lot of some of those teams, your South Carolinas and maybe not LSU this year, but LSU of seasons past, like those teams could compete with WNBA teams. Many of those players are going to the WNBA.
Yeah, maybe. But you outline and illustrate the gap that I think you've seen Alabama. What did we just say? 3 of the last 4 years. You've gone 2 in a row. And you've gone 2 in a row. I'm pretty sure they've won the first round games in each of the last 2 years. But the way the NCAA tournament sets up is these top end seeds host the first 2 rounds. And so Alabama's going as an 8 seed, a 9 seed, right? The last 2 years, I think they were 8 and 9 or 8 and 10. Go.
I've got it pulled up
here. Please.
2020, 2021, they made it to the second round as a 7 seed. Next season, missed it. In the following season, a 5th seed, got beat in the first round, and then next year, as a 4th seed, got to the second round.
So higher seeds than I thought. Okay. But the second round of losses 3 years ago and last year are
just
like
can't get out of
right. They're not, you lost by 5.
Mhm.
They're not, you lost by 3. You lost by even 10, right? Look at them. I'm pretty positive
Yeah, I'm
they
trying
both
to
got,
see if I
both times they got the doors blown off, because when you get to that second round and you're playing the host team, last year it was Texas. I'm pretty positive Texas beat the brakes off Alabama in the second round last year.
Find it here.
So the gap between good and great is a lot, is a ton. So because of that, I have not really been, why should I care? They can't close the gap. They're not investing in the gap. Well, I might be eating some words this year. Might be. Hopefully. Shoot. Make me eat some words this year. We'll put some crow on and we'll have some. Go ahead.
We only lost by 9 to Texas.
Oh, I thought it was more
Or
than
11.
that.
No, sorry, 11. I'm bad at math.
Okay.
Still, though, 11.
Okay,
It's
great.
respectable. I mean,
This is the difference between perception and reality.
Yeah. It's, it's easy to kind of, me and you have both admitted we're not plugged in watching every game of this women's basketball team. We're seeing the headlines and we're reading tweets and things like that. So, it's easy to kind of create your perceptions based on the way you see other people react.
That's true.
But by everything I've seen this year, given, like I just said, it is very limited. I think they have a really good squad. I think they are maybe, a bit on the outside looking in of that top end of college or women's college basketball. But that was a good win last night. You beat a top 10 team in college basketball, a team that is potentially a contender for a national title. So, sky's the limit.
The ladies are number 20 in the country. Number 20 in the country, and you got the big win last night, as you just outlined. Well, what do you got the last few weeks of the schedule here? So let's catch up. Let's be the bandwagoners that we are. ESPN, Alabama women basketball. Jump on the bandwagon with the Joe Gaither Show, as this season has like one game left. That's exactly right. This season has one game left. The ladies are at Oklahoma on Sunday. And I watched Oklahoma beat the mess out of Vanderbilt last week.
13th ranked Oklahoma.
Okay, all right, great. There you go. So another big challenge for the ladies. Congratulations. And I'm sorry. That's all I have. That's all I have with those two. Congratulations on a big win last night, 88-85. You can read about it on BamaCentral.com. Our man Edwin Stanton was there covering the team. They win in overtime. Essence Cody, one of her 5 block shots at the very end of the game to really, really hold it down. I should have watched last night because I love watching Kim Mulkey lose. And isn't Christy Curry the
SEC has 7 teams in the top 25 in women's basketball.
That's ridiculous.
For the record.
All right. Well, welcome to the SEC, where every league is good.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I did, reading Edwin's story, and he just mentioned that the first thing Kim Mulkey was there to say was, well, the game was officiated terribly.
I'm sure that's what you thought.
And, she says, she does her little, I'm not saying that's why we lost. They deserved it. But, if you said it, obviously you think there's a reason. You said it for a reason.
Is Christy Curry the opposite of Kim Mulkey?
Is the complete antithesis.
Should I? Oh my gosh! Then I've left a huge opportunity just all on the table, because
seems like
I do not like Kim Mulkey at all.
I really
one cell in my body. I don't like her.
No, I've not seen not one redeeming quality from her in the public eye.
Coach Curry has never one time been any bit rude or mean or not any bit short with me or anybody that I've ever seen.
Yeah, ever. When we used to be with Tide 100.9, she would come on Gary Harris's show pretty regularly, and I would get to talk to. Extremely kind, always, just very happy to promote her team, talk about how much she loves her girls. Not the attitude you ever see from Kim Mulkey.
The reason that Kim Mulkey rubs me the wrong way, the same reason that Kobe Bryant rubs me the wrong way, than Michael Jordan. I fundamentally don't believe that you have to be a jerk to be a winner.
I agree with that.
I don't even think it helps you to be a winner. People, Kobe's such a competitive attitude. It's dude, his teammates hated him. Michael Jordan punched Steve Kerr in the face at practice. It's dude, that's not a good teammate. That's a bad teammate, and people want to excuse your bad behavior because you win. Kim Mulkey just all the time.
Yeah, we, as a society, I think we we could do without Kim Mulkey. Not like she needs to die or anything.
No,
just
right.
leave college basketball, please. Go coach high school somewhere. Or
No,
like,
don't coach high school. You'll ruin those
that's
ladies.
even worse. Go somewhere else. Go to some really small TV network and like talk about stuff there. Get you a podcast that we don't have to listen to.
She can ride on Elon's rocket to Mars and coach basketball in Mars. Teach the Martians how to play.
I'm sure Trump will come out with some sports platform in the next few months that she can go sign up for. Mm-hmm. It'll be Truth Social. Sports.
She just drives me nuts because it's always combative.
Yeah, I cannot.
And it's always, you're disrespecting us. Mm-hmm. So no one's disrespecting you.
I have seen countless examples of reporters asking her extremely valid questions about what just happened, and then her meeting it with just the worst attitude possible, being completely disrespectful to these people who are professionals, just like she is. It's just gross.
Let me tell you.
She has this area of just, I'm better than you because I'm Kim Mulkey and I wear these stupid pantsuits.
Do you think I want to ask Coach X or Y or Z anything that's tough? No, I want to be buddy-buddy with all these folks. But sometimes you got to be.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to. Hey, why did Billy miss practice? She goes, what 2 weeks ago? I'm just going to tell you. I can't remember what the girl's name was. Why so-and-so didn't play. She's suspended, so all you guys can get your clickbait articles out there. It's like, well, you suspended her, girl. Like, I don't know what she did.
What do you want?
If she missed class, I don't want to, like, put anything bad on her, but, like, if she just used
like, Coach,
a curse word in practice
to suspend her without providing any information as to why. So that leaves everyone to wonder why.
You write your clickbait article. So great job, Christy Curry.
Good on you.
Well, thank you so much.
Took down the evil empire.
Being the hero that all of college basketball, men's and women's, needs yesterday. Beating, oh my goodness. Oh, yeah, I have so much to do today. Goodness gracious. I've got to go talk. No, this is a get to, not a got to. I get to have a little, not one-on-one, but have a little meeting with Coach DeBoer today. Kalen DeBoer Media. Yeah, I got to find out what time that is. Goodness gracious, because, there it is, right there. What time is that going to be, Mason? Oh, 11:30. All right, we got to hustle. We got to be hustling up a little bit. Right. But it's all good. Let's move off women's basketball. Let's move into men's basketball. Alabama takes on Tennessee tomorrow at, was it 3 o'clock? Is that what I saw?
I believe that's what it was. Let me pull it up.
I've got Vandy in my brain, too. They're playing at 5. I'm playing Alabama men's. I said men's and I typed women's. Great job. I think they're at 3 tomorrow.
My computer decides to be very slow now.
On the ESPN. Yeah, 3 o'clock on the ESPN. Right. All right. You're playing Tennessee. Awesome. Great job. All right. We hate you, Tennessee. We talked a little bit about this yesterday. What did Jordan Gainey do last year against Alabama? Because that wasn't he like a big X factor in that game. Alabama 2024 basketball, Jordan Gainey, because that's the kid. Yeah. Jordan Gainey had 21, didn't he, last year up there in Knoxville? Let's see. Right there. Not Dalton. Dalton connects 25. That's great.
I'm looking at the game in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah,
Dalton Connect ain't walking through that door, though.
Gainey had 15 in 21 minutes. There we go. 15 in 21 minutes on 3 of 5 3-point shooting. That's kind of what because I was looking through some of their pictures last night, trying to get set up for this game, and I was like, Jordan Gainey. That triggered me. Anyways, all right. So Tennessee on the Kenny Pomeroy, 25th best offense, first best defense, first best first. Toughest.
I know that we go like off
number 1 in defense. Go ahead.
Possessions and not like average points because that's the best way to do things. But 25 just feels generous for Tennessee if we're talking offense.
Because they play so damn slow.
That's just it. I think on principle we should not allow a team that plays that slow to crack the top 50 rankings.
Averaging 74.3 points a game to Alabama's 91. That's terrible as far as efficiency goes. Like as far as like the how much you can stretch efficiency.
How many points you can score in one 40-minute period? Like, yes, that's awful.
We're stretching it as far as we can here. Okay, so Tennessee number 1 in defense. They are 3 346 in luck. How many teams are on this list? 346. There's 364 teams on this whole dang list. So
Hey,
56, less than 20. They're one of the 20 slowest teams in the country. Rick Barnes. I know he's on the older street, on the older side. He's probably, hey, you're going too fast. I can't keep up.
I don't want a shot until at least 10 seconds have come off the
Less.
shot clock.
Yeah, more. What was it? Gene Hackman passed away yesterday, right?
Yeah.
And that looks like a weird story.
Very strange. Yeah, I
But
read that, and I don't know. I don't want to speculate, but yeah, just a little weird.
But wasn't he? What was his coach's name in Hoosiers? Four passes, no shots until you get 4 passes up.
Oh.
Right, that was the Hoosiers rule. You had to get down the court and pass it 4 different times before anybody could take a shot. Wasn't that the way?
Norman Dale, that's what it was.
Yeah, and wasn't that the reason why the star player didn't want to play for him because he thought it was too old school or something?
So long since I've seen that movie.
I've seen it like maybe 4 times, but
I think I
yes,
saw it once when I was a kid. It was fine, but
not since I was 12 years old.
I was, I liked Like Mike when I was a kid, not Hoosiers. That one really appealed to like a 7-year-old Mason a lot more.
What is that, little Bow Wow?
Yeah.
I want to. What is it?
Found the shoes, they had MJ on the tag, on the tongue. Oh yeah, great film.
The shoes over the shoes were over the clothesline, right?
Yeah, I think he's if I remember right, he like opens or playing some street basketball. And he blows out the side of his sneakers, and then he's like, "Oh, what will I do? I can't afford to buy new shoes." And then he somehow shimmies his way up a telephone pole to grab these ones, and they were MJ's. Great movie.
Did they not think about what the cultural implications are of the shoes hanging over the line?
Yeah,
isn't that no? Maybe I didn't grow up on the right side of the tracks, but like I always was told that means I was told 2 things. That it means that drugs were sold in the area, or that someone was killed and that's their shoes.
I've heard that the killed and that's their shoes things makes more sense than the drugs thing, because I don't think anyone selling drugs is going to make sense.
We're advertising.
Like, yeah. I think maybe those might just be more urban legends than anything.
All right. Well, like Mike, we're tapping into an urban legend. No, but Gene Hackman, we're passing in 4 different times. And we're gonna run the picket fence.
That's Spurs like that. 101.
That is you. That is you, Rick Barnes.
Yeah, it's not a fun brand of basketball to watch. It's just it's kind of like it's like watching the high school coach who's been at the same school for 50 years and he's won 8 state titles, but they only score 38 points a game because they just pass the ball in a circle. It's unbearable.
I hate them. I hate you so much for playing basketball this way. And I hate you for making me spend 2.5 hours of my time on Saturday watching you try to play basketball this way. It's just not fun. But you got to deal with it. And they're very good. What's going to be the rub on Saturday? They're going to play slow. We're going to play fast. Whose tempo wins, Mason?
I'm going to go with Alabama. I think they have been, I think they have limited the turnovers a little more lately. I think we've seen Mark Sears start to turn it up a little bit, especially the last game. I just think that, that's kind of going to be the deciding factor on whether or not Alabama is able to get out and run, is if they're turning the ball over. And they've been able to cut down on those a bit. So I feel pretty good that they, hopefully will not have an Ole Miss type performance where we're talking about 22 turnovers or whatever on Monday. If we can stay, like we say, under 12, I think they should be fine.
The number that I like the most that I'm looking at on old Kenny Pomeroy's website, Alabama is up to, what do you think the defensive effort the last 2 games have moved them up to? For baseline, they were at 47.
Yeah, okay.
But we are not at 47 right now.
We cracked, let's say, are we 38?
39. Good job. Okay. One off for Mason. The boys are up to 39th in defensive efficiency, 98.5 per 100 possessions. So it's not, we're on a little better.
Getting there.
It's not 110 like it was last year.
Very
Come on,
true.
let's all be reminded. Last year's team with 110 ranked defense made the Final Four. This year's team, 39th.
And like these rankings from 39 to 22 or whatever, we're talking tenths of points. It's not like the team at 1 is allowing 70 points per 100 possessions or something like that. They're all pretty close to one another.
Tennessee's taking on, let's see, where's their luck number one is 130. So not as lucky. Alabama's luck number is 82. A little luckier for the Crimson Tide. Let's see their strength of schedule. They are at 13. Alabama is at 2. They have played the 4th best offenses in the country. Alabama, the 1st best offenses in the country. Now, Alabama has played the 8th overall defenses as for their opponents' conglomerate score 8. Tennessee's opponents, their conglomerate defensive score is 47. So a little tougher competition for Alabama. Maybe you're more ready for this.
I think, I think that makes me feel even better about it. That just shows you how well Alabama has performed offensively against strong defensive competition this season.
That's true.
Like, I don't know what the number's up to now, but however many 100-point or 100-plus point
7,
games
I think it's still.
Very, very impressive from the Alabama on the offensive end this year. Now, sure, defense is still another question, but I don't want to say this, but in a game like this, Tennessee may just not be able to score enough to keep up with you if you can get going.
Well,
defense might just not matter a whole lot.
Tomorrow, I'm never going to say defense doesn't matter, but tomorrow, baby, let's gas pedal down.
Like,
down. Like,
red line in that thing.
Right. Because I see a world where you've run them out because, oh, crap, we're down 25 in almost a half.
Sure.
And okay, yeah, they're going to dig back into it. Of course, they're mature and
well
coached. Yes, you will let them, but they're not going to have enough time.
Yeah, they can't score fast enough unless they completely alter their style of play, and they're not going to do that for a Saturday game, regular season.
Yeah, so to me, it's all about staying in front of Zakai Ziegler, and who's chasing Chaz Lanier. You get LeBaron, you get LeBaron and Mark to stay in front of Zakai, and you tell Youngblood,
here's your man.
Yeah. You tell Youngblood and Aiden Holloway a little bit.
Yeah, maybe just tell Holloway to hang out over there, shoot threes. We'll handle the defense.
Shoot, you give me 5 of 12 from behind the arc, I don't care.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness gracious. All right.
I feel good about the Tide's chances this weekend.
You do? I don't, just because I am crazy, but I don't because of I feel like Tennessee's going to get a favorable whistle. I feel like they're going to muck it up and be really physical, and I'm worried that you end up losing 76 to, oh my God, it'd be horrible. What's the lowest number Alabama's put up this year? That's a good place to start.
That would be
64 against Ole Miss has to be, right?
Yeah, probably. Gotta
right.
be.
64 against Ole Miss was definitely the lowest number. Nice, you scored 72. Yeah, I see there's a world where you end up at 76, 72, where because Tennessee black both your eyes and you can't see anything. I like that. And
I take the opposite. I think Bama wins by 12, 15. Goes up big in the first half, like you just said. Let them claw back to 10 or so, but it's not going to be enough.
All right, so I think I will stick with that just for the sake of fun. I'm taking Tennessee. Oh,
I'm going to go
70. Yeah, I'm going with what I just said. 76, 72. Boom.
Yeah. I'm going to go 90,
yes.
91.
Yeah.
91, 76.
More.
91, 76.
I like that. All right, Mason Woods. We didn't get any voicemails last night. That's okay. Everybody was too excited to celebrating Alabama's victory over LSU. You guys can always call the voicemail line if you've got something to say. If you've got a response to anything from the show, 205-462-7340, extension 800. We invite you to jump in and join us there. Let's do that. We're at 30 minutes, so let's tell them about Derek Daniel. And then let's talk about win totals, college football win totals, and Jihad Campbell before we go into Elimination Chamber. So first, we are live in the Derek Daniel State Farm Studios. You can find us off McFarland Boulevard, just past the Tiger Rock on the left. Derek Daniel and his team, Red, Reese, and Victoria, they're upstairs right now waiting to talk to you. They'd love to talk to you. That's all. They're looking at the phone, waiting to talk to you. So call them, 205-758-3391. You got home insurance questions, life insurance, auto insurance questions. Are you getting ready to move apartments? Goodness gracious. Make sure you have the right renter's insurance because those landlords don't care about you. Derek Daniel does. Call him at 205-758-3391. You can make sure that you are up to date on all your insurance needs. You can check your rates. He can save you money and get you better coverage. Call him today at 205-758-3391. Like a good neighbor, Derek Daniel is there. Call and see how much Derek can save you today. All right, Mason, coin flip. You want to go win total or Jihad Campbell?
Let's go win totals.
Woo! Ooh, Bet Online wants to lose some money. They want to lose some money.
Yes, they do.
Brad Crawford from 24/7 Sports. You follow him at bcrawford247. He tweeted this out. This is not his news. This is just aggregating Bet Online's SEC win totals. I'm going to read these off. I'm going to go 1 through 16, and I just want you to. I don't care what sounds you make. But when I say one that's like really weird or one that you think you could make a lot of money off of, or just stop me. All right, here we go. We'll go top to bottom. Georgia 9.5.
I mean, I'll probably take the over.
Texas 9.5. We're looking for obvious ones. Tennessee 9.5. LSU 9.5.
LSU 9.5 seems.
Oh, I have 8. Excuse me. Read the internet wrong. 8.5. 8.5. We've moved down to the next tier. LSU 8.5. Alabama 8.5.
You get me. You get me going a little bit.
Okay. Ole Miss 8.5. I got to pull up that Ole Miss schedule, but that's Arkansas 5.5. First, what is this order? What is this order, Brad? What are you tweeting? It's not alphabetical. He's messed that up. All right, so we're moving that down. Missouri 7.5, Auburn 7.5. Okay, Texas A&M 6.5, Oklahoma 6.5. I think wild. That one, yeah. Florida 6.5.
Again, crazy. That one really. I mean, I don't know. Florida gonna be good.
Arkansas 5.5. South Carolina 5.5.
Insanity.
We got to pull up that South Carolina schedule to double check that. Kentucky 4.5. Okay, whatever. Who cares?
I'll take the under.
Mississippi State 3.5.
That's unbelievable.
Right.
Sorry, guys.
Are you going to win a conference game? Actually, shoot. Are you going to win all 4 of your non-conference games? Mississippi State. Who is their 4th non-conference game against? They're surely playing 3 Little Sisters of the Poor.
Probably.
Come on. And then Bet Online. You're asking me to place my entire mortgage on Vanderbilt at 3.
Like, come on. I'll bet everything I have and will have on this. 3?
That's a terrible. Like, okay, you're looking at South Carolina's schedule, so I'm pulling up Vanderbilt's schedule because this is nuts. I know that Vanderbilt is still Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt football 2025. I know they're still Vanderbilt, and I know they beat Alabama. I am not poo-pooing Vanderbilt. I am not either praising them either. But oh my gosh, this schedule. I see 4 right here, just in the first month. 1, 2, 3, 4. I see 4 in the first month.
Oh yeah, easy.
But look, so if you're broke, if the economy is getting you down, or if you're just a degenerate, look at these win totals. All right, so the Vanderbilt one was the one that caught my eye, the biggest one. Then that was so offensive to me. These boys just won a bowl game. They won 7 games. 7. They won 7 of these jokers last year. They beat number 1 Alabama. They almost beat at that point number 1, 2, 3 Texas, whatever they were. At that, they went on the road and beat Auburn. This was
brought the whole team back.
Right. This was an above average football team.
Yes.
This was a borderline good football team. And you're going to tell me that their win total is 3? Did Clark Lee die? No, he's still there.
Diego Pavia's back,
and you bring back your all-star tight end.
Bring in Keanu Coat.
You got 3 return. Your 3 returning tacklers from last year are back. Like, They might not. I'm not sitting here saying they're going to make a playoff. That's not it. But winning 4 freaking games. 4. Okay, we just said that we see it in the first month. Here it is. Charleston Southern to open the season.
Big old W.
At Virginia Tech.
Still think a win.
Flip a coin, but you got a good shot in that. But as good a shot as anybody. At South Carolina, going to be tough.
Probably going to be a loss.
Georgia State. You're definitely getting your lick back from last year. Look, you won 7 games. You should have won 8. You lost to Georgia State.
Yeah.
This should have been an 8-win football team. All right, Georgia State at home. Utah State at home. All right, so whether you have lost the South Carolina game or the Virginia Tech game or not, you're at 3-2 right there.
Mm-hmm.
You're at 3-2, and then you're coming to Bryant-Denny Stadium. And all right, Alabama's definitely getting that lick back this year. So you're 3-3. You got LSU at home. Does anybody have? I have zero confidence that LSU could beat anyone on any Saturday and can lose to anyone on any Saturday.
That's exactly how I feel about them.
Missouri at home as well. At Texas. Auburn at you telling me Diego Pavia gets to play Auburn at home? And then we getting Kentucky at home?
I mean, this is one where it's just like, go ahead and put that one. Tattoo that one. Like, that's Randy's winning that game.
I mean, I'm sorry. You can have all of the coin flips here. So I'm giving you Virginia Tech as a coin flip. You can have it as a loss. What are my other coin flips? Really, I guess Auburn is probably a coin flip. You can have it. So I'm taking Charleston Southern. I'm taking Georgia State. I'm taking Utah State. And I'm taking Kentucky. And I'm taking all of your money.
Yes. Yeah, I don't understand this. It is as if the person setting this line did not view the schedule beforehand, or looked at the wrong schedule or something. Because there's clear as day, at least 4 wins on that schedule for Vanderbilt.
And Lord knows they're probably going to beat somebody that they shouldn't beat.
Yep.
And maybe flip side,
maybe you lose.
Flip side just as true. They might lose one that they shouldn't be. But we just put 4 right in front of you and said they could get 5 or 6.
South Carolina, favorable schedule.
Do they? I went to Alabama's schedule next because I wanted to see that 8-5. Yeah, give me South Carolina.
Open with Virginia Tech.
Because hold on. Their number is 5.5. This is a top 10 team.
Crazy,
ridiculous. Go ahead.
You win at Virginia Tech to start the season. Win at South Carolina State.
2.
Win against Vanderbilt.
Yeah, 3.
Go to Missouri.
Flip it.
Sure. Go to Kentucky at home.
Win.
Go to LSU.
Flip it. Coin flip
Oklahoma at home. Alabama at home.
Coin flip it.
At Ole Miss.
At loss.
At Texas A&M is tough.
Loss.
Coastal Carolina at
win.
home.
That's 5.
Yeah, Clemson at home. And that one.
Oh.
They're probably going to get their lick back.
Yeah, so okay, maybe that 5.5 not as slam dunky for South Carolina because I only had 5 in my hand.
I think,
but 5 with 3 or 4 coin flips. So you're gonna take one of the coin flips?
Yeah.
I mean, one.
I'd probably take them to beat Missouri.
Okay, and you won your bet.
Oklahoma at home.
You won your bet.
Yeah,
that's all it takes. One of those coin flips, you won your bet. I gave you the 5 safe ones.
Yeah. These are, I don't know. These are strange lines. These seem ill-advised from Bet Online.
Alabama 8.5. 8.5. Here we go. At Florida State. You count them.
W. 1.
ULM.
1, 2.
Wisconsin at home.
3.
We're off at Georgia Bulldogs.
We'll call it a loss.
Yeah, sure. Vanderbilt at home.
Win.
At Missouri.
That's 5.
Yeah. Tennessee at home.
6.
At South Carolina.
7.
Off for a week, and then LSU at Bryant-Denny Stadium.
That's a win. Again, 8.
Homecoming against the Oklahoma Sooners.
Win.
Eastern Illinois, the Panthers. Watch out.
Win. That's 10.
And then we are at the Auburn Tigers.
You know what? We'll call that one a loss just to give Jordan Hare the voodoo.
And you ended up with 10?
Ended up with 10. 10 and 2.
You ended up with 10, and I didn't really like your South Carolina pick. Like, these might just be future investments. You might just next month paycheck on Vanderbilt.
Throw you $50 down on it. See
50,000.
Bet responsibly, people.
Goodness gracious. All right, so these just caught my
Florida at 6-9. I got to pull up this Florida schedule too. Hang on.
Well, Florida's probably playing a brutal schedule.
They probably are. Let's see. But they close the year very strong. DJ Lagway, he's very good. You open against Long Island.
Win.
South Florida.
Win.
At LSU.
Loss.
At Miami.
Oh,
that's a win. Miami's going to be terrible this year.
Yeah. Well, Carson Beck, they're getting him.
Against Texas.
Loss.
At Texas A&M.
Loss.
Against Mississippi State.
Big win.
Get Georgia at home.
Loss.
At Kentucky. At Ole Miss.
Win. Loss.
Against Tennessee. And then
win at
Florida
home.
State.
I didn't even count them. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6. I have 6. I have 7. I have 7 with the Tennessee game at home. I have 7 with the Tennessee. So I have them over by half a game. Yeah, I just think that Vanderbilt line is so smelly.
That's by far the wildest.
That's
one.
Smelly.
Yes.
So drive on up to Tennessee.
Yeah.
Drive on over to Georgia. Isn't sports gambling illegal in Georgia?
So.
Maybe. I'm not sure. Cross the state line is my point, and wager whatever you can afford on Vanderbilt over.
Responsibly.
Yeah, that's whatever you can afford. If you can only afford $1, make it $1.
I mean, somebody could afford a lot of money. It's just, when next month's rent comes, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, you're not seeing this payoff until next December. Mm-hmm. So
keep that in mind.
Yeah, wait, budget accordingly. All right, last night at the NFL Combine, Jihad Campbell goes crazy. And look, were you watching any of it?
No,
I don't watch the underwear Olympics. I don't care what these jokers do in shorts and a t-shirt. No, I love you, Jihad Campbell, and I think you're a badass. So this is not really like
made yourself some money,
right? This is not condemning you. You got to go participate in it, and you participated well. Well done. But I just don't really. I don't really have a whole lot of. Well, let's turn on the combine tonight and watch these guys run some 40s. I just don't care. 4.52 last night at the combine, though.
Third fastest amongst linebackers that participated, obviously.
Put somebody at the end of that 40 yards.
Did you see
first degree?
The simulcast with Will Anderson?
No.
Smoked him.
That's first degree. You say there's somebody at the end of this 40 yards, and all you got to do is run through them there, buddy. You're first degree at 4.52. At what is this height and weight? Let's say you measured at 6'3", 235, according to NFL.com/prospect. 10-inch hands, 10.5-inch hands, 32.5-inch arms, 4.52. Your 10-yard split was 1.53, which means nothing to me.
Also third fastest amongst linebackers.
Oh yeah, here we go.
It would be.
There's the clip of him and
They had a very similar 10-yard split, but he burns him at the end.
Broad jump at 10 foot, 7 inches. Great job. What a monster.
I think his broad jump was the best of the whole day. If I remember correctly.
Oh, dang.
I know I had it written down.
Oh, I bet that's why.
Second longest broad jump of the day.
Oh, bet. Hey, look, why don't you fill real quick? Somebody did call. I didn't have the Zoom open, but I will play our voicemail as I set this up.
Oh, no.
That's fine. We'll just play our voicemail.
I did look at Jihad Campbell's combine stuff today or this morning, just kind of try to see the reaction a little bit. NFL Next Gen stats, and take this as you will. I know not everybody loves these NFL Next Gen stats, but they had him ranked as a number 2 linebacker in the entire class, based on his combine performance relative to other combine performances of similar players in the past. So, had a really, really good day. I think made himself a fair amount of money. We'd already talked about him like he was probably a top 20 pick regardless, but he may have moved himself into the top 15, top 12 spot now. I saw a lot of people talking about best fits. I still think the Bucs are a really good fit. He might not be there by the time they get around to their pick though. At 19, not sure if Jihad Campbell is going to be available. I've seen the Falcons is another potential landing spot. I saw some people talking about pair him up with Caden Ellis. I think that would be really, really good because it would kind of allow Campbell to do what he does best and just kind of roam a little bit and play multiple spots. Because Caden Ellis is a very good run defender, horrible at the pass, cannot defend the pass. Had him on my fantasy team for a bit last year and was not.
How do you have a defensive play? Like, I never understood that. Tell these people.
We set it up to where we had IDPs, and because I never, that was always like my least favorite thing about fantasy was I had to just pick a defense. I want to pick players and I want to watch players and see what those players do. So yeah, me and all my buddies set it up to where we had, I think it was like, what did we have? We had 2 or 3 DBs, couple linebackers, and I think just like one individual defensive player where you could pick either a linebacker, a defensive, an edge rusher, whatever, just to stick him in that role. It was fun. They won the league basically. They decided your win or loss every week. So we needed to adjust the scoring.
You got to tinker with that.
But it was fun.
All right, let's. We did get a call, so here we go.
Yeah, we'll beat Tennessee tomorrow. Yeah, we'll beat Tennessee tomorrow. But it'll be close. If we can beat Tennessee tomorrow, we can beat Auburn. Roll Tide.
There we go.
Hey, all right, short and sweet. I love it.
We love that. We love that. Okay, thank you very much.
I'm not sure if I necessarily follow the correlation of Tennessee to Auburn.
Well,
I get it a little bit.
If you're
strong defense. If you're beating Tennessee, you have a good chance. But I think Auburn's a much better team than Tennessee is.
James Ludeman watching us on the Facebook. I'm sorry that I thought I had the phone line set up correct. He said I tried to call in, but no one answered. It's all good. Good morning. And then goes, the Bucs need defensive line, linebacker, safety, basically all defense, maybe an offensive line, but our offensive line is actually pretty strong. He is a Bucs fan, so there's no one I trust more on what the Bucs need
I would love to
than James right there.
I just don't know if it's going to be available.
Are you buying? If you're so here's the deal that we do on our podcast, on the Bears podcast that we do, and this is not an advertisement. You don't have to look that up. It's all good. That podcast is mostly just lip service and fan talk. Yearly, we put out, if X player gets drafted, one co-host is buying us all jerseys. If Y player gets drafted, there's 3 of us, right? The other co-host is Z co-host is buying us a jersey, and so this year, Bears are picking at 10. I'm hoping that I'm hoping that my wallet gets hit because I'm on the hook this year for Tyler Booker at 10. If Tyler Booker gets selected by the Bears in that first round, I'm buying 3 jerseys. What color you want? Orange, navy blue, white.
It's gonna be Ashton Genty.
I'm not on the hook for that jersey. I'm not making that purchase.
It'll be all right. It's gonna be Ashton Genty.
No.
You know it in your heart of hearts.
If it's Ashton Genty, I will make the 11-hour drive to Hallis Hall, and I will
play right guard yourself?
I will get myself on the news. That's what's going to happen.
Trey Smith sweepstakes have come and gone now that he's been franchise tagged, so no longer have that as an option for the Bears. They might do it. They might do the smart thing. I think Ben Johnson's a competent coach.
The problem is they're going to take Will Campbell, and they're going to say, "Oh, we don't want you to play tackle. We want you to play." You're going to mess around. They're going to take a college tackle and try to make him an NFL guard when they could just draft an NFL guard in Tyler Booker.
Or an NFL running back, hey. Mr. Stand Up Straight. You could have that in your backfield. Him and Caleb Williams. Little safety net.
There are so many good running backs in this class.
Oh, yeah.
That will offend me. That will really deeply offend me.
Because whatever team throws a first-round pick at I love Genty. He's awesome. But whatever team throws a first-round pick at him, you should be ashamed of yourselves.
Because the move is Travion Henderson in the second round. The move is Quinshon Judkins in the second round. I know Quinshon gets a bad rap because of the stuff that happened at Ole Miss, but put that joker on my team in the second round and watch him and DeAndre Swift just hammer teams. And then see what happens to perfect. See what happens to Caleb Williams. All right, we're going to try this again. Actually, I'm going to take this call right like that. Yep, and I'm going to share the file. Yep, share the screen. I'm going to hit that, and that. And I'm going to go like that. James, can you hear me? Okay. I can hear you. Mason, I'm going to send you outside. I want to make sure they can hear this on the stream. So you can just take your phone if you need to. That's fine. The last time we took a phone call, I had to cut it out of the actual show because the listener could not hear the caller. So Mason's going out there to make sure that I am dialed up correctly a little bit. So this is the third experience. No, we heard you on your first call, James, but it wasn't your first call, 2 weeks ago? But I didn't have it wired right. We got it wired in. So here we go. How we doing, James? Thanks for the call. Yes, perfect. Good. Yes, I did. I just needed it. It was so bad, man. It was so bad. Keep listening to it. Yeah, hey, no, I love it. No, this morning when I woke up, I was like, "Hey, I am so glad that I don't have to worry about taking a comb through it and looking all terrible." What you feeling about Jahad Campbell going to the Bucks? I know that's kind of in the lane. You ready for that? You said it is coming through now? Okay, great. I think the over-under for Alabama players getting drafted. Alabama players, okay, I do think that you got Campbell and Booker, too. Milroe, 3. Tim Smith is 4. Not J.K. Scott, goodness gracious. James Burnip is 5. He's going to get drafted in like the 7th round. I think that I'm surely missing someone. I think that's probably Malachi 6. Malachi's getting drafted 6. Malachi, you bringing back the corners. I think you're at 6. I think that's about safe because Jeremy's coming back. None of the other wide receivers are going pro. I think that you're looking at 6 for sure. 5.5 would be my bet because of James Burnip. Are they going to draft a punter? Big time. Cash checks. Just cash checks for him. Well, the Falcons are the Falcons are incompetent. Absolutely. James, I'm gonna let you go right here, brother. It's great to hear from you. I think we heard a little. We got another one step closer. Thanks so much for your time, James. Great to hear from you, man. We love that. All right, roll tide. Alabama wins over Tennessee. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, Jonathan, he says he couldn't hear anything. I don't.
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna have to abandon the live phone call unless I get an audio engineer in here, because I can hear him great. You can hear him great. It shows up on the board.
We are at a loss here.
Yeah, it's showing up on the board. My board is hardwired, connected in, so everything is locked in. I'm not sure what the issue is. So I think we might just have to make it a voicemail only line because we did hear Cole. We did hear Cole on the voicemail.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we'll beat Tennessee tomorrow. But it'll be close. If we can beat Tennessee tomorrow, we can beat Auburn. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide. We did hear that. So please call us on a voicemail line. I think I'm going to close the phone line right there. That's closed. Yep, perfect. So if you do call, it'll send you straight to voicemail. 205-462-7340, extension 800. We will probably clip that part out of the production just because it didn't come off great. Let's close it down. Let's finish it up. He was getting into draft a lot, talking about Jahad Campbell a lot, talking about fits and needs and expectations for the draft. He asked, what successful career for Jalen Milroe? Let's address that question. We'll go to Elimination Chamber and we'll close it down.
I mean,
I just think cashing checks is his expectation.
To me, as someone who has never even fathomed the amount of money that an NFL draft pick receives on the day they hear their name called, like you hear your name called, man, you're set. You succeeded. You have made it to the NFL. You're going to cash a giant check that, if you're smart with it, can last you a long, long time, potentially the rest of your life if you're extremely smart with it. So that is success to me. Now, if we're talking, relative to like the rest of the NFL, I think getting to the second contract is what most people would call as making it in the NFL. But yeah, just compared to the normal world, I mean, the moment he hears his name called, he's made. That's success to me. That he's going to cash a giant check. He's going to get a big old signing bonus that hits his bank account, and do what you will with it.
All right, you got anything else? Football, basketball, Alabama sports wise? I know baseball is having another big weekend, getting going.
Plays today, I think.
Softball keeping it going. We'll probably move that for All Things Bama. Make sure you download All Things Bama podcast. Mason Woods is putting that out today, taking on North Dakota State, Alabama baseball today. You got anything else for the people on real sports wise before we get into sports entertainment?
No, I think that's all I've got today. Tim Smith didn't do anything at the combine, so nothing to report there.
Okay, let's talk about this. Elimination Chamber. Elimination Chamber
dun,
card.
dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun. Tomorrow night on Peacock, Elimination Chamber is what I will be taking in after the Alabama game concludes. Gonna be a lot of fun. I'm seeing that spoilers have come out already online. I am avoiding those like the plague. I invite you to jump in to avoid those as well. Elimination Chamber, Mason, is my favorite match, or it was. It has been always my favorite match because they invented it in like 2002, 2003 when I was like fully into my childhood mode, and it was the craziest thing ever.
That was the one. I think I watched the little documentary or episode on Peacock about it, and Rob Van Dam doing a frog splash and like hit the back of his head on the top of the cage. Yeah, just wild stuff. So you're gonna have really 3 matches are on the card. 4 matches are actually on the card, but it's gonna be wild. The Rock is gonna show up. The Rock's gonna ask Cody Rhodes if he wants to be a bad guy, and that's maybe.
Well, yeah, I think he's gonna ask him if he wants to be a bad guy, if he wants to be evil champion,
if he wants to sell him his soul,
right, or if he wants to be, the people's, good guy champion again, or still.
Are they just painting The Rock as like this ominous, like omnipresent figure over the wrestling industry, and it's like you can decide good or evil?
Yes. The Rock is the arbiter. He is. He's on the board of TKO, so he's just, I'm in control of all of this.
Well, he's going to float out of the ring into the sky.
I think Cody Rhodes is going to reject him, but I think either Drew McIntyre or CM Punk is going to say, I'll be your champion.
I'll take it. Okay, that'd be good. That'd be fun.
One of those two guys is going to end up beating John Cena in the Elimination Chamber to probably CM Punk. John Cena is like his betting favorite. The odds are like -100. So like he's going to win unless these Vegas insiders want to lose a lot of money. I mean that's the obvious choice. John Cena winning so he can main event WrestleMania against
that's like
Cody
Rhodes.
Rhodes.
That's the whole thing, right?
Right.
He needs his to break the record and everything. Yeah. But he has to win this Elimination Chamber to get there.
Right.
Or are they going to make up some other way for him to get there?
Well, no, this is the path.
Okay.
I believe that the Royal Rumble, you remember that was about a month ago where Cena did not win. He says, I'm going to go to Elimination Chamber. I'm going to win so I can go to... I think that's going to... There's a part of me that thinks that that's a swerve on the audience. That all of us, people who watch every week, we all know Saturday, John Cena's going to win. So we're turning it on. John Cena's going to win. John Cena's going to win. John Cena's going to win. Boom! CM Punk actually wins. I think they're trying to recapture the swerve that John Cena's going to win. No, Jey Uso. I think they're going to use him as a pawn to mess with all your emotions because
he would certainly do it.
Yeah. Oh, I mean,
man.
He'll do whatever they say. That's like the conventional wisdom says. Sure. Yeah, John Cena wins. These other 5-6 guys.
I mean, I like John Cena. Always have. Always will. Cena sucks. I don't necessarily want to see him win this.
John Cena.
You know, you're old, man. You don't move like you used to. You're not as funny as you used to be. You're a little too buttoned up now, John Cena. I would, there's of these 5 other people in this match. Well, 4. I definitely don't want to see Logan Paul win it. But of the 4 others, I'd rather see any of them win it probably than John Cena. I don't really know much about Damian Priest, but the little bit I have seen, he seems cool enough. I'm probably rooting for Seth Rollins.
Oh,
it's probably my favorite of the bunch. I love that stomp.
Seth Rollins.
That's the best.
Great. That's a great Bears fan.
Oh, really?
Big time Chicago Bears fan. Seth Rollins, we love you as well. He's not going to win. I like him, but he's not going to win. Jonathan Jackson chimes in. It can't be Cena. Why, Jonathan? I mean, I think they're trying to set up a swerve here. It's so obvious. Cena's got to win. He's going to go to WrestleMania. He's going to beat.
They're going to trade one kind of legend for another, CM Punk, and just prop him up.
See, so the extra dynamic. Many years ago, CM Punk was going to main event WrestleMania. The Rock basically comes in from Hollywood and snakes him from that main event spot. CM Punk, right? CM Punk is, I've never main evented WrestleMania. I've never main evented WrestleMania. No. That's his big thing. I need the main event. I am, good enough to main event. Sure. And he is. The Rock is going to offer this to Cody Rhodes. Well, backtrack. Ever since that happened, CM Punk and The Rock, no, we don't get along. We don't like each other. You snaked me. Yeah. So The Rock's going to invite Cody Rhodes to be his bad guy, his corporate champion, his kind of like, mercenary per se. Cody's going to turn him down, and CM Punk's going to be like, he's going to need the main eventing WrestleMania so bad that he's going to go bad. Yeah. He's going to flip on all his principles. He's going to.
This will be good.
Right. It's going to, and so he's going to end up, get The Rock's going to pass him a chair in the chamber. And he's just going to smack everybody with a chair.
This will be good.
He's just going to, you're out. So we'll see. See, exactly. Yep. Jonathan Jackson, Cody versus Punk is a WrestleMania main event. I think that is the way the story is. Cody's going to be like, oh, Rocky, I love you, but I can't be your corporate champion. I'm the people, he's going to play off people's champ.
Sure.
He's going, you were the people's champion. I am the people's champion. And it's just going to be cinema.
That'd be pretty good. I'd be cool with that.
Yeah.
That certainly sounds a lot more entertaining than, all right, John Cena. Woo. And again, I like John Cena. Very, very integral part of my childhood, John Cena. But you've lost it a little bit, my guy.
What do you think about the theory that Cena does not win his 17th championship until his very, 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 very last match? It's this whole year we're building up. Because he's been a part-timer the last handful of years, and he's been a loser the last handful of years. Not to be mean to him, but he went on a massive losing streak where he's, I'm going to help this guy win, and that guy's going to win, and I'll take the pin. Like, so a big part of it is, or big angle is, Cena's working his way in. He couldn't get it done at Royal Rumble. He got all the way to the final 2. He couldn't get it done. We get to the Elimination Chamber. He's going to get all the way to the final 2. Somebody's going to screw him. He can't get it done. And, I don't get my main event at WrestleMania. He's going to wrestle somebody else. And then just works his way through the calendar. And at the end of the calendar year, I finally worked my way into the championship match. And
that's certainly, to step away from it a little bit. From like a business standpoint, it seems like the most logical way to handle things.
Stretch
Just
it out.
keep stretching out John Cena as much as you possibly can. Ride this retirement tour into the dirt. I do.
Because you better
it's just
believe
you've
how
got
many
me thinking
people
like this. Maybe it's a little too on the nose to have it be like, oh, his last match. Everybody could maybe see it coming, so maybe they try to do something beforehand to throw folks off a bit. But no, I think they're definitely in the money of stretching this Cena tour out.
Yeah, absolutely. So
in the business of it.
It's going to be a lot of fun tomorrow. Elimination Chamber, that it will be what I look forward to the most. The Women's Elimination Chamber, Alexa Bliss, Bianca Belair, Bayley, Naomi, Roxanne Perez, and Liv Morgan. Probably going to be a Bianca Belair move. EST.
With the long hair,
yeah, with the big wrap from Knoxville. I'm looking forward to most this unsanctioned match between Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens has been one of the best characters in the last 6 months, and he continues.
Yeah, I want to see some people going through like ladders and tables and things, or getting thrown off of high places onto low places.
I think that's what you will see. These guys came up together, longtime great friends.
Canadian, apparently.
Right. They play we're best friends. Oh, I'm turning on you. You're turning on me. Now we're back to being best friends. I mean, this has been a 10-year cycle of this, maybe longer. And here we are again. I've turned on you. Mm-hmm. We hate each other. But this time's not like the last time.
It never is.
The last time I forgave you, but I'm not forgiving you this time. And both guys are committing to going deep in the pain cave and seeing who walks out.
That'll be a good one, I think. That'll be fun. Travis Scott going to make an appearance. Maybe he'll.
Are you a Travis Scott guy? What does he sing that a boomer like me might know?
You probably know Birds in the Trap, Sam McKnight, that album. It's got some songs you probably know on that one.
Is there any sort of beat you could hum that I might know? Dun, 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 dun.
Probably not off the top of my head right now, no. Sicko Mode, you know that one. The one with Drake. They used to play it at football, basketball games. Probably still do.
I'll take your word on it. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, I mean, I'll say it doesn't get me excited seeing like, ooh, Travis Scott. It's just kind of like, okay, neat.
I don't really
I'd rather see Bad Bunny because then he could maybe wrestle also.
Yes. I don't really care about seeing Travis Scott. Travis Scott was on the Raw on Netflix and smoking weed in the crowd, which was like, okay, buddy.
There's kids out there. That's wild.
You're cool, I guess. Like literally, he and Jey Uso are walking through the crowd, and he's and it's
bold
like,
strategy, Cotton.
Like I know you're in California, I get that, but maybe like plenty of room backstage for that. I'm doing this just because I can, not because I need to be high, not because it makes me feel. I'm doing this just to rub it in your faces, people.
Yeah, I guess he's just a big W. Yeah, because I forgot his. His record label is Cactus Jack. So,
yeah, and
he's a big WWE guy.
He was like I'm pretty sure one of his songs was a theme for Raw for a while or something. Maybe not. I don't know.
I believe it.
All right, so that starts at 5:30 tomorrow after Alabama wins. Oh man, did I pick them to lose? I might have picked them to lose. After Alabama competes in Knoxville, you give me 40 minutes of competitive ball, I'll be happy with you. You're gonna have to overcome Rick Barnes, the refs, and those
40 minutes of competitive ball. You're coming out with a win. Alabama's a better team.
That's true. After that, you can turn on the Elimination Chamber. I think you're going to get women's Elimination Chamber match first. Look, Tiffany Stratton and Trish Stratus. Do you remember Trish Stratus? Trish Stratus was a very beautiful wrestler when we were children. She is still a very beautiful wrestler, and she's going to be on the card tomorrow at the ripe old age of 49, 52, something like that. And she still got it.
That's impressive.
Oh, she still got it.
The wrestlers that continue to do this past the age of like
my man Alexander Lincoln over here.
Like that's insane. Because I can't imagine doing it. And I'm 26. Like my body, I don't think I can handle it. I can't fathom what I'm going to feel like in 15 years if someone said, hey, man, you want to get in a ring and take a suplex? No, thank you.
I had a friend. I was bantering with him about a year ago. Hey, what if I went to a wrestling school just in my part-time, just to do it from part-time?
Yeah, sure.
He goes, oh, Joe, you're too old. And like he was nice to I was like, but it's not about like making it into WWE.
It's just like for fun.
It would just be like to learn how to do
Sure.
something, to like run around the ring, and he was like,
I just want to bounce off the ropes.
Right. He's like, you're too old. And I was like, oh. And then Alexander Linker comes in here and he's like, oh, yeah, I started when I was 36, 35. And he's just like throwing people around. Oh, yeah.
It's never too late.
I guess not. All right. We got to wrap it up here. We went way too long. We thank you, James, for the phone call. I know it didn't play out quite well. I think we're probably going to pull the plug on those until we get a little more.
Until we can fully get it figured out, man.
Right. There's something we're missing. Something very clearly I'm missing because I hear it in my ears. The phone callers hear me talk to them.
Mm-hmm.
The program's just not getting into my stream by some way, somehow. That's okay. We're getting out of here for the day. We will talk to you on Monday. Monday, we'll be with Theo. Theo will break down Alabama and Tennessee, and then I will bore him with all this Elimination Chamber talk. You can call at 205-462-7340, extension 800. For anything that's on your mind, voicemail-wise. You want to talk about any of the basketball games? You want to talk about any of the baseball, softball, men's or women's basketball? You want to leave me a message on the Elimination Chamber? We like voicemails on anything. Give us a call, 205-462-7340, extension 800. We'll get out of here for the day and talk to you again on Monday on the Joe Gaither Show on Bama Central and BamaCentral.com.